All right, so have you ever heard of a sport? And this is going to sound kind of crazy, but have you ever heard of a sport where you play blindfolded?
I mean, it sounds like something out of a movie, right?
Right. It's amazing. And get this, that's exactly what we're diving deep into today. The Cannonballs Tournament.
This is one of those things that just makes you stop and think, wow, I never even considered that.
Exactly. We've got this document here all about the tournament, and let me tell you, it's way more than just a game.
Oh, yeah, it gets really interesting when you start thinking about the skill involved and how the players adapt.
Okay, so for everyone listening, picture this. You're blindfolded, everything goes silent, and all of a sudden you hear it. Click, clack, click, 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 clack. It's the sound of ball bearings echoing across the room.
That sound is Showdown. That's the heart and soul of the Cannonballs tournament.
And it's intense.
What's amazing to me is that it's not just about adapting to blindness. It's about how these players develop an entirely different level of sensory perception.
You're totally right. It's like they develop a sixth sense for sound.
Exactly. They use these specially designed bats to hit a ball, and the ball itself is key here. It's embedded with ball bearings.
Which is what creates that unique sound, right?
Exactly. And the goal is to get that ball into a goal at the opposite end of the playing area. But here's the thing. They're not just reacting to the sound. They're actually anticipating their opponent's moves based on these really subtle audio cues. Like the tiniest change in the click-clack can give away their opponent's position.
It's incredible. And you know what else is incredible? The tournament itself is really blowing up. Just a couple years ago, they only had 16 players.
Yeah, it was a much smaller affair back then.
Now they've got 30 players this year, which is huge.
That's a testament to how quickly it's gaining popularity.
And we're not just talking local talent here. We're talking top players coming in from all over the Netherlands, even from Belgium.
And that's another thing that makes this tournament special. The sense of community, you've got players of all skill levels. Beginners, seasoned pros, you name it.
It's really cool how inclusive it is. Everyone's welcome, no matter their experience level. They actually have different competition categories to make sure everyone gets a chance to play.
Exactly. And this year's going to be even more exciting because we're going to see the top 5 players from both the Netherlands and Belgium go head-to-head. It's going to be epic.
Okay, so I've got to talk about the venue for a second because it's amazing. The tournament's being held at this really cool space called Garage TDI. Imagine a former car dealership transformed into a sporting arena. It's got this spacious, industrial chic vibe. When you walk in, you can just feel the energy.
That sounds amazing.
There's a dedicated lounge area where players can hang out, relax, and strategize before their matches. And then the main playing area is massive.
How many spectators can they fit in there?
Oh, it's huge. They can fit like 140 people.
Wow, that's a lot of people cheering. Speaking of which, one thing that really stuck out to me in this document was how much attention the organizers paid to accessibility.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. It's a really important aspect of the tournament. They've got these large contrasting numbers that guide people through the venue, braille signage is everywhere, and they even have drinking bowls set out for guide dogs. It's really thoughtful.
It shows how committed they are to making sure everyone feels included, welcome, and supported.
They even help people arrange transportation to and from the train station if they need it.
That's really going above and beyond.
Okay, so you know me, right? I always got to talk about the food.
Of course. The most important part.
And let me tell you, they've got some seriously good eats lined up for the tournament. They've got this thing called the Cannonball Sandwich, which I'm dying to try. Like, what is in a Cannonball Sandwich?
Great. I'm curious now, too. That sounds amazing.
I know. They've also got home-cooked tomato soup, which sounds so comforting, especially after a tense match. And that's not all. After the matches are over, they're bringing in a food truck.
No way. Now that's a post-game celebration.
I know, right? It's going to be loaded with all sorts of goodies. Fries, snacks, you name it. It really feels like one big, happy post-game party.
It all comes back to that community vibe, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It's clear that this tournament is about way more than just competition. It's about camaraderie, shared passion, pushing boundaries.
And just having a good time, right?
Exactly. And speaking of the future, there's actually a sneak peek of the 2025 tournament in this document, which, by the way, marks the club's 10th anniversary.
It's going to be amazing.
I know, I'm already excited thinking about it. Makes you wonder what they have planned to celebrate, right?
Oh, I'm sure they're going to pull out all the stops. Maybe a special theme, or they'll invite some legendary guest players.
Ooh, or maybe they'll introduce some crazy new challenges.
The possibilities are endless.
This is why we love these deep dives, isn't it? We always end up with more questions.
That's what makes it fun. But for anyone listening, I think this really makes you think. If a sport designed for blindfolded players can be this exciting, this engaging, this popular even, what does that say about the rest of us? What are we truly capable of if we can just push past our perceived limitations and embrace new perspectives?
It's a great thought to leave people with.
Mm.
It really is a testament to the incredible adaptability and potential of the human spirit, wouldn't you say?
Absolutely. Well, on that note, we're going to wrap things up for today.